Welcome to the second part of our seminar called The Power of Inner Dialogue. And in the final second part, we will speak about the power of questions and their importance for developing a high-quality inner dialogue. And we will speak about the choice map and different other excellent questions that you can use. We will speak about creating a list of personal questions that you would like to use every day that will help your success. These are the questions that will cover the most important areas of your life, and I will explain to you how you can use them in a practical way for your own success and for achieving your priorities on a daily basis. And the internal questions, the ones we ask ourselves, most people are only slightly aware of the existence of their internal questions, despite the fact that these questions virtually program our thoughts, feelings, actions, and outcomes or results. And most of us are unaware of how pervasive or influential these internal questions actually are. So some experts say that the quality of the questions we ask ourselves and others every day influences the quality of our lives. Everything starts with questions. Einstein said, if I have a problem to solve that my life depends on, if you give me 1 hour, I will spend 55 minutes looking for the right questions and I will solve it in 5 minutes. So this is how much he valued the importance of questions. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 2, Text 5, Sutta Goswami is thanking the sages of Naimisharanya for asking him 6 questions on which the Bhagavatam is based, and he's praising them for asking these glorious questions. And in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains the importance of questions in our lives. So how can we use it to improve our inner dialogue? We can, during the day, we can ask ourselves, what questions I'm asking myself in my head about this, about that. Also, it's connected to our explanatory style, how we explain things to ourselves, that if you see any situations, depending on which questions you ask yourself, your thinking about the situation will develop. If the questions are excellent, your thinking about the situation will be excellent, spiritual, positive, all good things. But if the questions are poor, if the questions are in the mode of ignorance and passion, if the questions are judger questions, as this choice map says, then our thinking will not be of a very high quality, and our decision about the subsequent action will not be of a very good or very high quality. So let us look at the choice map. We have a guy who has something that happens to him here, and he can choose or he can react. Choose his reaction, or he can just react automatically. And usually when people react automatically, their reaction is not very informed, it's not very knowledgeable, it's not in the mode of goodness, but it's usually very judgmental. They ask, whose fault is this? They ask, is it why I'm so stupid, why they are so stupid? Many kind of negative, accusatory, critical questions. And we are all recovering judgers. This is judger questions, and these are learner questions. These are mode of goodness questions. So how can we change this? The key is on this picture. It's called switching lane. When you catch yourself falling into a judger mindset or into mode of passion and ignorance questions, you can make a switch to learner questions or to mode of goodness questions. And of course you have to have some questions that are pulling you up. And you can choose them yourself, or you can use from the questions you learn from others. Like here you have some nice questions. Instead of asking why I'm such a failure, why they are so stupid, whose fault is it, what's wrong with them, what's wrong with me, we can ask what happened, what do I want, what are the Somebody's calling. I hope you didn't interrupt. How can I please my spiritual master in this situation? So we can choose which questions we want to ask. We can learn from others. We can create our own questions. And when creating our own questions, we can have a set of daily questions. It can be maybe up to 10. You can have more, you can have less. That will cover the most important areas of your life. Now, how to use them? You can use them by asking these questions of yourself every evening. Have I done this today? Have I chanted my japa today early in the morning? Have I read Prabhupada's books today? Have I been kind to devotees? Have I been patient? Have I been assertive if needed? Sometimes I have to stand up for something and not back off just because I'm afraid or that people will reject me, or that I will not be popular, or that they will be displeased or whatever. But have I stand up for the truth today, if this is your value? Have I made a contribution to the upliftment of the world, etc., etc.? You can ask yourself questions that address your top priorities. If you want to act according to your top priorities, you need to ask yourself, have I done it today? It's just common sense. Now, if you see that by asking yourself, it's not very effective, you are not really getting results, then you find a friend, find a coach, find a mentor, someone who will ask you these questions. You will feel more accountable to actually think about it and to do it. And you can have also, I call it inquiry partnership. You can have partnership with someone who also wants that you ask them their questions. They give you their questions, you give them your questions, and you have a very nice mutual coaching session with questions. And this improves your working on your goals. This improves how you think about things. This improves your inner dialogue. There is a book called Change Your Questions, Change Your Life by Mary Lee Adams. She also wrote a book, Teaching That Changes Lives, which is application of the choice map and this whole inquiry mindset to the educational mindset. This whole second book is the story in the school, but it's an amazing story. You can see how teenagers transform, etc., etc. So these two books I can send you for free. I have PDF electronically. Choice map I can send you also, this choice map. And there are some articles about daily questions that I can also send you by one of the professionals I learned from, Mr. Marshall Goldsmith, who has created this system of daily questions, and he's using it himself. And I was using it also occasionally. It's very powerful. And it improved also my inner dialogue. And I must thank him because he noticed some years ago when he was visiting London, he noticed that I sound always quite negative and depressed. And he said, "You are supposed to be a spiritual person, why you sound like this?" And I wasn't aware. Then I started observing my thinking and my inner dialogue and also my communication with others and try to improve it, to make it more inspiring for me and for others. And now, can you think of a question that you think will help you the most if you would ask yourself every day?
About us or?
Yes. That will help your success. Yes?
What can I do for Krishna today?
You think this will help you?
Yes.
Okay. Very nice. Very nice. Any other?
Yeah. Not other. Same. What does Krishna want me to do now?
This is a little bit tricky question.
Yeah.
It's difficult because I mean, if it will help you, it's good. If it will really help you.
It does.
Yeah. You are already asking yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And it does help.
But how do you get the answer?
A hearing.
Have a hearing from the inside? From the
Yeah.
inside? Okay. Well, if you
But
can...
of course, according to my understanding.
Right, right.
You know what I mean? Of course.
To your best understanding.
Exactly.
Yes, that's good. Also, okay, that's honest.
Because what I personally see now after those years of Krishna consciousness is that with Krishna consciousness, everything sets itself where it should be. You are thinking too much, oh, I should be. But when you're just focusing on Krishna, everything sets itself, and you know exactly, you know what to do. Oh, I'm in this situation now. Okay, then I have to serve here now. Oh, now I'm here. Okay, then I do this. Oh, this is not good, but what means not good? I made the best out of it.
This is how you come to Mangalarti.
What do you mean, in the morning?
Yeah, based on such a question, or maybe.
No, because I am buying the food for at Friday, and they needed someone who drives car, and I said I drive car. Well, you are asking me, so it's my duty.
Oh, that's
now.
early in the morning.
Uh-huh.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
And
So that's specific seva. Okay, specific
Yeah,
service. Good.
Exactly.
Nice. Your question. Top daily question.
What are my biggest faults?
Faults?
Yes.
This will help you.
Yes, to improve, and
Okay.
also I don't know it's the best question, but at the moment.
Yeah, so
Just
it's
from
fine.
my
I mean,
mind.
you can choose a better question if you like, but it's good to have something to start with. And you?
What else can I do, or maybe how can I improve? something?
Good. Okay, these are general questions, but they are also they set you in a good direction.
Maybe I'm a little bit egoistic, but I cannot go outside of myself. And so what can I do? Krishna, I do not know. I know little about it.
When you ask yourself, what can I do you ask yourself, what can I do for myself or for
Yeah.
others or both?
In general, including myself. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good. So you at home, you can think about, and if you like, you can share with me when you think about your questions, when you write them down. But to ask yourself the same question every day will really help you improve a certain area of your life. For example, if I ask my coach to ask me every day, I mean, I have a coach who has asked him every day, have you walked half an hour? Because my health is deteriorating, I'm getting older. And it's helpful if somebody's kind of monitoring my discipline. I haven't been very successful the last 60 years in being disciplined with my body. And then I know, oh my God, I have to say no tonight. Then if I still am not too tired, I just go and do it at the end of the day. And I have done something. And the question is always the same. Have you walked half an hour as you promised? So it's so simple, but it helps you to do it, to do something that is the right thing, that is helpful, that is positive, that will help your success. And it's just a plus. Okay, any other questions in relation to all this? I have given you some food for thought and some tools. I'm available for consultations, personal consultations, online consultations. I'm posting everyday motivational quotes on my Facebook. Many of them are mine, which I usually get during japa. I have a lot of professional and devotional resources. So if you look for something devotional or professional, I might have it, and I will send it to you for free. Do you have any questions or any comments about this that we discussed today?
Sorry, what is your name on Facebook?
Gita Seva.
I like quote, under promise, over deliver.
Uh-huh.
I like that one. I saw that on your Facebook.
Oh, really?
I abonnement you. I abonnement
Follow.
you. I follow you. Yeah, exactly. I saw that there. I like this one a lot. It's very true.
What is your surname?
Mastronardi, but on Facebook, my name is different. I can say hello to you, so you see.
But what is... Okay, yes. Yeah, send me a message so I know who are you. What is your Facebook page? So now, if you don't have questions, I want to ask you, what is the best thing you have learned today, if there is such a thing?
I can start when you want. I have some things I have written down.
Yes?
It's one of the best is be thankful for every little thing that people have done for me.
Okay.
It's very good. And see yourself as a servant in that mood.
Oh, wonderful choice.
Talk to you as a coach, because a coach wants always the best for you. See positive. He's not so strict. He's not too lazy. He wants your success.
Lenient.
Lenient.
Not lazy, lenient.
Yes. I don't understand the word lenient because this I.
Traduzione? Lenient in German.
Ja, nicht so strikt und auch nicht so nachgiebig eigentlich, oder? So
Not too harsh and
Yeah,
not too like
not so
balanced.
soft, not so hard. Yes.
Lenient means when you give in to somebody. Like if you are lenient with a child, the child can scream, mess around. You never discipline them. That's lenient.
Aha,
And strict is the opposite.
okay. Also wenn du alles durchlagst.
Ja, it's-
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
It's
Do
a
the
big-
yes.
And one thing that I mostly make every day is read Prabhupada's book or lectures. I not often written conversations or letters, but maybe it's good.
Oh, you can learn amazing things there. Very inspirational.
Yes, I have some audio ties from book distribution, from the letters. They pick it up and collecting, and the one devotee read this quote, but it's only about book distribution.
That's also fine.
There is this book about Srila Prabhupada, Der Weise und sein Weg. I think there is one downstairs.
It's his biography.
Yeah.
Yeah, his biography, the small one, but the real one is Lilamrita. Prabhupada read it.
7 books.
Yeah, you can also have in one, the old version is in one,
Yeah.
but that is the whole
In
stuff.
Prabhupada's life, you have amazing motivational, inspirational things.
And my guru said, he also said that the Shastra and Srimad Bhagavatam is the best book to read, but when we read about pure devotees, it's the same thing like when we read the Bhagavatam, when we read from the person.
Biography.
When we read from Prabhupada, it's the same like Bhagavatam, because he's a Bhagavat.
Yeah, the person Bhagavatam.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone else?
So this lecture inspired me to be less harsh to others sometimes, because sometimes I have like a temper, and then I just want to say what I think in a way that someone understands it. So I talk directly, and I know sometimes I could be like,
Peaceful.
more
No, it's
like not
most times
so
it's very sweet.
direct, not so direct, but in a way that someone understands what I'm trying to say, but without hurting someone's
Ooh, that's maturity. Maturity is balance between courage and consideration.
Let me write that down.
So you're not afraid to stand up and say something,
No.
but you also want to do it in a sensitive,
in
considerate
an
way.
inspiring way, and not
Yeah.
in
That's great. This is an art that needs to be practiced. Yeah, it's great.
It's very difficult to say the right words in a angespannte Situation,
Intense.
in an intense situation.
Remember the verse from the Gita
The
that we started.
50.
Anudvega karamvakyam. Make this verse, wear it around your neck. Make it your life motto. I'm trying to do that. That's why I put it on my Facebook, to remind myself whenever I open it. it's a lifetime work, this verse, lifetime challenge, lifetime practice, lifetime training, but a lot of our service is with our voice, with our speech. So if we master this verse, you can't imagine how much successful we will be. In Sankirtan, with relationships, with parents, with the world, with people outside, and with inner dialogue.
Yes, that was important point here, because I also from you I know this verse. I'm more aware, but I'm mostly thinking to use it in conversation with others, but to use in conversation with ourselves. That's the important point. Because when you have peaceful talks, automatically also your speech is peaceful.
I forgot one thing that I want to share with you, but I want to hear your best learning from today.
It's difficult to say. Everything was new for me from one side and from another side. So, to a certain extent, I read it or heard it, but sometimes I thought about, sometimes not thought about. I'm happy just that I learn new people, and
We are happy
nice.
that you visited here for the first time. Okay, so thank you for coming. There is something that I also teach, and I forgot to mention, how to think, how to talk to your mind, how to talk to Krishna. There is two kinds of sentences that we don't use enough. One starts with "My dear Lord," and one starts with "My dear mind." And Bhaktivinoda Thakur has written books, and also Raghunath Das Goswami, where many verses start with "My dear mind." He's addressing the mind as if he is a person and preaching to the mind, and talking in a Krishna conscious, constructive way. So if your mind is, obstructing your success, you can speak to your mind and ask your mind to cooperate for your success. My dear mind, please cooperate with my success. Please don't distract me. Please don't serve to me these all kinds of destructive or lusty thoughts. So my dear mind. And my dear Lord has a couple of variations. My dear Lord, please help me with this, help me with that, reveal to me this, clarify this, like this. So please, my dear Lord, please. Another is, my dear Lord, how can I? How can I do this? How can I do that? And he will give us intelligence from within. And the third type of my dear Lord question is, actually it's not a question, it's a thank. My dear Lord, thank you for this and that. And we can be grateful every day for so many things that we have. So these three approaches with my dear Lord can improve our inner dialogue enormously, and also our direct communication with our mind can be improved by addressing the mind with my dear mind, and even sometimes acharyas address the mind with my dear brother. Okay, so thank you all very much for coming. Let us stop here, and I wish you all the best. And I'm at your service. You can contact me anytime, and I do my best to assist you. Hare Krishna.